talking now about 13 Colbert House. When I first met you, because the flat was then occupied. Yeah, it was occupied by Ismail Mir, and Jay and Singh, and you were all law students together. And every now and then, after lectures, the three of you used to come to 13 Colbert House. Occasionally you stayed over there. But you were at university and I was at school. But I already knew Ismail and JN. So that's how I met you, 1945. And since then I saw nothing else but trouble. Jail and jail and jail. Now, we are dealing with the first aspect, and that is, I don't know if you'll remember this meeting. This was a meeting on top of the roof of Colbert House. It was a meeting between the South African Indian Congress National Executive and the ANC. It was a joint meeting in the boardroom, and flat 13 was used for refreshments. This was Yusuf Kachalia and D.U. Mistry, joint secretaries of the South African Indian Congress, Dan Klume, member of the African National Congress Executive, Ghulam Pahad, member of the South African Indian Congress Executive, Oliver Tambo, a member of the executive but subsequently president of the African National Congress.
Bopape.
Yeah, he was member of the National Executive of the ANC.
Yes.
Bopape, secretary of the Transvaal.
That's right.
And Molvi Kachalia of the Transvaal Indian Congress. Now, then we come to this photograph.
Bopape.
Yeah, he was secretary of the Transvaal.
That's right.
Molvi Kachalia, secretary of the Transvaal Indian Congress. Then we come to this photograph, which is taken on the same day, but in order to date this meeting, because we don't know the exact date, you are not part of the group.
I see.
Neither is Dr. Dadu and Moses Kotani. My recollection is all three of you were banned from attending gatherings.
Yes, correct.
So that would put this to 1953. Because you were banned first in 53, Dadu and Moses were also banned. And so you were not allowed to get to attend gatherings.
Yes, correct.
That is why you are not part of the gathering, the photograph. And this photograph was then taken separately on the roof, the same occasion. And then, of course, these two were also banned. So they could not be in a group photograph. That is Moses Kotani, member of the National Executive of the ANC, but also Secretary of the Communist Party. And Dr. Dadu from the South African Indian Congress and also Chairman of the Communist Party.
Both impressive chaps.
Yeah. Now this is myself. At that time I was occupying the flat. Ismail had already qualified as a lawyer and he had left. Jayan had left. And I was now occupying the flat.
We're coming down in a lift. And a young lady of about 9 or 10 came in. And you said, how are you? How is my sister? And this young lady says, you would be very proud if you had a sister like me.
Yeah. But those little children were very political.
Yes, of course.
Whenever they saw a white person coming into that building who was not known, any white person that the children did not recognize, they assumed must be a policeman. So as soon as that white person entered, waiting for the lift, these children would run up the fire escape and warn, "Uncle, uncle, police." So they were very political. What we are coming to now is when we were on treason trial, the 30 of us, not the 156.
Yes.
From 1958 to 61, the 30 of us were on treason trial in Pretoria. And of course, the legal firm of Mandela and Tambo was still functioning. But before that already, of course, you were frequenting the place every now and then. After hours and the office was closed and so forth, you used to come and use the flat. But in 1960,